So I'm working on Smurfmobile here. Taking the stock radio out, putting a double-din touchscreen in. More specifically, installing this hunk of junk. And a backup camera. Step 1, get both of your harnesses and merge them. Once you've tested everything to make sure everything works, you can go ahead and shrink wrap everything. Now, installing the backup camera is the worst part of the job, because of having to run this wire from the back of the car to the front of the car. Usually it wouldn't be too terrible, but this car is absolutely disgusting. I mean, that's literally a mouse nest, and that's literally mouse poop. Normally I would run it underneath the carpet, but I'm thinking about going through the headliner, because I don't want to touch any of that crap. Pro tip, these pickup tools work great for snaking wires through the dash. Just don't let go, whatever you do. So once you finish running, shrink wrapping, and tying all that in, you can check out the rest of the install in part 2.
Today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. That's fucked up.
Tell me you're a mechanic without telling me you're a mechanic.
So we're on the test drive, and in conclusion, what I had was the control circuit for the EGR valve had corroded inside the connector underneath the intake manifold, and it was supplying battery voltage, or running voltage, 13 volts roughly, onto my sensor circuit. So it was going through the map sensor, and it was causing 8 to 9 volts on my 5 volt reference, which everybody knows when you got excessive voltage on 5 volt reference, it don't run, it don't work. So we fixed that problem, and now I can drive it. I'm sure the customer is going to be excited that it runs and drives again. And let's get them out of here and start on something else.
Hey, y'all want to see some fucking funny shit? Look at this. So this is how much crap mechanics go through when it comes to ordering parts. Because some of these people that are parts counters should not be parts counters, period. In order to be a parts person, you should at least been in the field or turning wrenches for a minimum of 5 years, period. Not fresh out of high school, nothing like that. If you're not mechanically inclined, do not apply for the job. I literally ordered climate control buttons from the dealer, right? Y'all gonna laugh your ass off. Look what these, it was a young kid that said, I said, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. What's your VIN number? So I give him the VIN number, I give him all the details, so on and so forth. Y'all gonna think this is funny. Watch what he gave me. Fucking stickers, man. Fucking stickers. Doesn't really look bad though. I did the bottom. Look at the top. Ugly.
Wonder how to change your brake pads? Customer had spongy brakes and squealing tires. First unbolt your caliper, usually 2 bolts. Pop it off. Let's look at these pads. That's pretty low compared to the new one. This is the squealer, no doubt. It's down to the bone.
When the guy at the parts store says the part I asked for doesn't fit the vehicle that I described, I swapped the motor out, you son of a bitch.
Okay, TikTok, let's get one shit clear. One thing is having a work truck, and another one is being fucking nasty. God damn. Like, these are floor mats. I put this shit on my seat. That's how disgusting this truck is. It smells like there's a body in there. Fuck no. Guys, just clean your truck, man. Especially if you're taking it to the mechanic. Just clean it. It's not hard.
So you guys have a really good point when comparing the surface grease and grime on my hands compared to that deeply embedded 8-hour stuff that you mechanics get on a daily basis. Joey, on the other hand, has been working all day and is going to be my new hand model. So we wipe his hands clean with a paper towel, but clearly you can see that deeply embedded grease on the palm of his hand and the backside of his knuckles. And if you're a mechanic, you know what I'm talking about, and your wife definitely knows what I'm talking about. He's actually using his own supply of our Grip Clean Ultra Heavy Duty Hand Cleaner here. Man, this stuff is awesome. If you guys have been working with chemicals all day long, the last thing you need is another chemically infused soap to take all that off. Our all-natural ingredients won't dry and crack your skin. Check it out.
States, did his own great job but still making funny noises. I thought this was a spacer for a second. Wrong sized pads too. How did he even make it here? That's better. Customer comes saying he installed a oil pan and now the truck sounds funny.
My life be like,
as he dampens the fuel pressure from pulsating from the pump. Alright, so I got it off. Had to take the valve body off. Fuel rail, maybe didn't have to take loose, but there's a little nipple right back in there. The hose kind of went up on. I couldn't get it from where it was just because it's so tight. Can't even fit my hands back there. But here it is. So this is in, this is out to the fuel rail. So there's no way to test it, so I grabbed one off of my parts truck that I know ran really good before I parked it a month ago. So I'll get it on, get this all together, and we'll see how it runs. It's all back together. Let's see what it'll do. See, it's still got a little mist, but I think it needs to be run quite a bit. Let's tap on that. See how it didn't clear up at all? Alright, alright. Sick. Well, that seemed to have worked. Go ahead and follow for a test drive and see what she does.
Alright, so I work for a used car dealership. This is the second time this customer has brought this car back. It's a 17 Challenger. It's got a shifting issue or a stalling issue. They can't really explain it, but it only does it when it's cold. Now, they won't leave the vehicle with me, so I can't exactly duplicate the problem. Now, second time, this is them waiting in the waiting room, and they just decide, fuck it, they're gonna trade it in. The fuck? I guess we'll just resell it, or just wait till it's cold and I can try to duplicate it again.
Hey, 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 hey.
Come on, there you go. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, okay.
Why it takes me so long to do anything around here. Part of it's because I'm lazy, and part of it's because I'll be halfway through something I'll have to stop and either go on the road and help a delivery driver, drive a truck, or make a repair. Occasionally, it's because the owner of the company comes in with something random and crazy. Whether it be an oil change on his personal vehicle, which is company owned, or I'll show you an example. Today he brought me this and wanted to see if we could get it running. This Ariane's rocket has a single cylinder Tecumseh engine, and it's been sitting outside for years. I took the carb bowl off and it was full of rusty water, so we've got some work to do. I cleaned it out, put it back on, but it's leaking, so we're gonna have to do a whole carb kit in order to get it to run. And that is where Jim comes in. Jim specializes in small engines, so I will call him over and deal with this foolishness and fuckery.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up, this is fucked up. And look who's pushing.
Go, 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 go.
Oh!
With me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violation.
Is your gender? My gender. I'm a mechanic.
Well, I've had check engine lights before, but I have a feeling this one's gonna be a problem.
Today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. And that's fucked up.
So customers faced the vehicle, made a loud clunk noise, and came to a stop. That's not good. Big old hole in the upper oil pan. See inside the crankcase. Oh. Just a piece of the piston. And it was just serviced at Jiffy Lube yesterday. Wonder if that's a coincidence.
Bonjour, ici nous avons quelque chose de très fucked up. La roue a frotté sur le caliper. Le caliper devrait avoir l'épaisseur qu'on voit ici. Jusque là. Donc si on se met ici, tout ça a été bouffé. Ouais. Mais le client a jamais rien entendu. Yeah, my fucking ass.
So, this morning, a friend of ours went to go start up her car. And it wouldn't run. Ugh. But I'll show you exactly what it's doing. After asking her about what she did, turns out she put diesel gas in her car. Diesel gas. I asked her what color the handle was. She said green.
Here comes the fun bit. You've got to bash this off pretty good. It's probably generated so much heat it's almost welded itself on there. So it's going to need a few more good hits until it dislodges itself. Finally. And there's the difference between the old disc and the new disc. You can see there's a good couple of mil there difference in height. And you can see the difference there with the brake pads. Much thicker. That fourth brake pad's gone missing in action. Now when lubricating these couple cradle brackets, you want to make sure you fully coat the inside there with that lubricant and not to put too much.
So what you doing? What you do, bud? What did you do? Hey, where's the drain plug?
There's a little update on that car with the really bad tires. The alignment was pretty bad. My boss is down there fixing the rear toe, but the rear was going to the left and the front's going to the right. It's supposed to be in that green zone, and yeah.
This is a public service announcer. The people that put a lot of pressure in tires. Oh, watch. About 59 psi. Putting that much pressure in these tires, unless you're two big Oompa Loompas that weigh about 600 pounds apiece, don't put it on there because it'll ride like a rock. You'll wear out the tires, and most indefinitely not gonna last forever. Make sure you put them at whatever the manufacturer recommends, or if you're really not curious, put them at 35. It's safer. Thanks.
Customer states there's a loud banging when going into reverse or drive. Can't imagine why. And it's me. I'm customer. And y'all were worried about my fuel level the other day. I got bigger problems, guys.
How come? How come we stuck?
Lost faith in humanity.
Customer states they will install the alternator themselves. They installed it themselves. Burnt the harness up. Doesn't look like that nut was on all the way. Potentially started arcing and welding itself. Now he needs another alternator and a new engine harness. So customer states they hit a pothole in an FJ Cruiser. Pretty messed up. Ugh. Wheel doesn't move. Side's good.
Okay, if you're the type of person who does stuff like this, then fuck you, to be honest. Why would anyone... How do I explain this? Basically, this obviously goes here. Someone in the past has broken the clips, these clips, and then found, oh, I don't have any clips, so what will I do? I'll Gorilla Glue or silicone this entire piece down without the clips, and nobody will know. How fucking ridiculous is that? That thing costs a tenner. I have these. It has like all the little plastic bits you could ever need. Cost a tenner. Bought it like 2 years ago, and I've barely used it. What the hell? Why would somebody not just do that? Why would you glue down the entire trim piece? The holes are there. It's perfectly fine. Why? Why do people do stuff like this? Why is it so hard to get people just to do a normal, proper job? It's not difficult.
Well, this driver must be really tall. They had to move the seat. Usually it sits on this hump right here. What he's done is he's moved it back and secured it to the carpet. Yeah, that's asking to get killed in even a minor accident. Don't ever secure anything to the carpet except for more carpet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 10 or 11 of the Mustang build. I don't remember anymore, so today we're going to be figuring out why my speedometer doesn't work, and it turns out there's this thing called a speedometer cable, which runs from your speedometer all the way into your transmission. It spins the cable, which spins your speedometer where there's magnets, and then it tells you what speed you're going. Here I am cutting myself, pulling it out. That's it in the transmission. That's it out of the transmission. And kabam. I don't know why at all, like why it stopped working. I have no idea. Beats me, man. Here's a new one anyway. Looks exactly the same as the old one. It was really annoying to put it back in, so I tied a string to it and pulled it through. Here's the cluster back on. Here's some trim pieces back on. That's where the headlight switch goes, but it was broken, so I bought a new one. Yeah, so there's that. And it should work now, but it only worked for like a mile, and then I had to take it out and put it back in like 3 more times after this video.
Hey, Mrs. Murphy, this is Clam from the shop. Yes, ma'am. Hey, I'm calling about your Ranger. I just want to let you know that we took it for a test drive, and we just can't seem to duplicate the issue that you're having. You say there's like a vibration all the time, and it feels like it's all jerky all the time. We couldn't find that. Maybe you could just like turn up the radio a little bit, and maybe get rid of that. You won't even notice it.
Customer states my brakes are grounded.
Well, yeah, that'll happen.
I'm literally dying. Whoever did this fucking oil change last, I don't even know what the fuck they torqued this thing with, but it's way more than me.
Fucking stuck.
Ouch! You shouldn't do that!
Customer states she just needs a new tire. Y'all see the angle on that motherfucker? Just needs a new tire, she said. She hit a piece of metal in the road, she said. Ain't no way in hell, dude.
If you guys ever are pulling freeze plugs from the bottom of your engine, and you see all that shit in the bottom of your engine, just throw the whole thing away. Just throw the whole car away.
Customer states car is pulling. I wonder why, buddy.
Let's see. Nothing, huh? Okay. Time for a big boy gun. Alright. Big boy gun installed. Let's see how quickly this comes out. Wow, that was easy.
Yeah, your job may be great, but do you get to grill while you're working? There's just nothing like a nice home-cooked burger while working on some cars. Alrighty. Customer states, my brakes just started squeaking. Are you sure they just started squeaking? Because this looks pretty old.
You know, I love my job working on cars, but you know what makes it infinitely easier? This tool. This tool right here is called the multi-wrench. Now, it carries every size from 12 millimeters up to 19 millimeters. Watch. That's too small. Come on, can I get this out in a minute? There we go. So great, I love this. Y'all want a part 2? I'll give it to you. Customer states, part 2. So Joe Dirt comes in, decides he wants to get a customer supplied intake installed, right? That ain't no damn intake. Well, technically maybe it is, but... Now in order to get that fat daddy in, we gotta take off this bush light chiller. Alright, so that's why we're pulling out all the bush light right here. Alright, and then we gotta reroute these belts. Hit this belt. I don't know why this damn intake has a belt, but whatever.
Now stay tuned for part 3 because we're about to get these injectors in and that belt and everything else. We're going to get this thing spitting out some fresh bald eagles.
Okay, I got an F-150 here. Customer states the engine started overheating and the water pump looks like it's coming apart. Yeah, I'd say the water pump's coming apart. I don't even know how the belt got wrapped up like that. Okay, I'm determined to drive it in and not push it in. Well, that's what's left of the belt. And that's what's left of the water pump. And a dead battery to boot.
This guy just came in, said, I have a flat tire. Well, yeah, your problem is tires, but there's a bigger problem here. That's a control arm. Customer states, I think I have an exhaust leak. Well, that's a pretty big leak. But I don't think this was your first one. So this guy just came in, said he wanted to have us install customer supplied intake. This is what he brought in. What?
Customer states I got a roaring noise at idle in this Jeep. Well, yeah, you got a fucking T-Rex chasing a Jeep on your windshield.
Hello? Today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. That's fucked up.
Customer states, my clutch feels weird. I wonder why.
Customer came in for a front brake job. It sounded pretty funny.
Maybe that's why it sounded funny.
Customer states tires low on air. Oh, no shit.
Customer states steering feels loose. What do you think, Steve?
Thing is broke.
With a plumber.
Go.
Again? You see the whole body moving with that?
Half side mount.
Do it in
is still
reverse.
Good.
That mount should be good.
Customer comes in for a starter. Well, I see your problem. You got a hole in your oil pan. It's done.
Oh yeah, that one was funny. That was on a Chevy Cobalt with Ecotech in it. And I forget what size the engine is, but came in with a no start, towed in. Tried to start it up out there, it just would hang up, and I was like, maybe it's a bad starter and all that. No, it actually wasn't. I lifted it up on the lift, and yeah, there was a big ass hole in that oil pan. It's like, well, you ran out of oil, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he did not notice that. There's a way to notice that. Like, you should notice the oil trail, then the oil pressure light, then it goes boom, and you're done. Fuck, that was.
This customer brought a vehicle in saying it starts and it cranks, but it just makes some bad noises. Little did he mention that he broke off every stud on the manifold, both sides except for 3 on this side, which he replaced.
So customer came in stating they wanted their CV axle replaced on the driver's side due to some noises. This is what happens when you take it to, somebody that'll do it cheaper. Hose clamp there, and just a bunch of grease that they just keep filling it up with. That's lovely. Thing's a fucking mess.
Tire patch. They need a new tire mod. Jesus.
Yeah, I'd say that's junk.
That's a lot better.
Customer states, my brakes just started making noise. Sure they did.
For 26 years will she start? Here goes. New battery needed. Some old crappy fuel. That didn't work, so we used fresh fuel.
Gotta never love one man.
Wow.
Changing your brake goes at the top of the reassembled. Tighten down your caliper, and you're good to go.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Yeah, guys, want to see something retarded but funny at the same time?
Fuck this job, bitch, I quit. Fuck this job, bitch, I don't really need this shit. Fuck this job, cause the boss act like a bitch. Fuck this job, fuck this job, bitch, I quit.
How are they gonna get that subframe in between that transmission jack? I don't know.
I don't really need this shit. Fuck this job, cause the boss act like a bitch. Fuck this job, fuck this job, bitch, I
That shit was
quit.
funny. I wasn't able to record it because I had to help.
I might not know too much about these little circles, but I'm pretty sure this means October 2015 of the 19th of the month. So that means that this 2016 Mazda with 56,000 miles never got a cabin filter replaced.
Well, boys, I fucking sent her a little too fucking hard.
Forget swiping right or scrolling aimlessly. Be smart with your smartphone and catch up with anything you might have missed.
TikTok, I'm going to show you my secret trick to pop a ball joint out of a control arm. This has been pretty popular on my YouTube channel lately, so I figured I'd show you. This is a Subaru Legacy. As you can see, I have jacked up the entire knuckle by the ball joint stud nut, the castle nut down there. I just have it threaded on a few threads so that part of that stud is actually exposed down there. You can barely see it, and then you get some kind of hard, strong metal object and put it in between where the ball joint goes into the knuckle and where it goes into the control arm. And what you're gonna do is just drop this jack. Are you ready? Bam! Popped it right out. Works every time. If you want a longer, more detailed video, go check it out on my YouTube channel. But I love this trick. It has saved me hours. Thanks, everybody.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Red Pill Garage. On today's episode of Red Pill Garage, I'll be working on a 2010 Mitsubishi Lancer. Can you guys see what the problem is? We have a missing brake pad. Have a look at the damage to the disc. You're most likely thinking, how did that happen? The young lady that owns this car told me about a month ago she had a full service done, a pink slip and 2 new tyres on this car. And about 2 weeks later, after driving, she heard a grinding noise, so she rang up the mechanic, and the mechanic said there's nothing wrong with the brakes. So she continued to drive it for 2 weeks like that.
Trying to think of quick ways to demolish the shed. Do I wrap a rope around it and tie the other end to the end of my car?
He broke out his vast and sophisticated toolkit.
Hey, Sean, have you seen that kid? He's doing that oil change.
He's in the back there doing it.
Oh, man, what the hell? He's been on that all day. Jesus, criminy sakes. What the hell's wrong with this kid? Jesus. He's been doing an oil change back here in the back of the yard. What the hell are you doing?
Fucking oil change is a bitch.
Oh my God, what the hell? You were supposed to do an oil change, not yank the motor. What the fuck? You're fired.
At least look at the bright side. Think about the hours.
Customer complained about a oil light coming on and a horrible knocking noise coming from the engine. Well, if this will zoom in and focus, that's a hole in the block. Nice.
Ia uite, ce-i cu ăsta mic aici? Opa!
Care, mă?
Ăsta de acolo, ia uite.
Ce e ăla?
Lasă că ce caută el acolo?
Lasă-mă că ce caută, zici ce e?
E un șmecherez.
Șmecherez?
Da.
Hold on, don't go anywhere. Give me a few seconds. Let me know what you think about my car. Disclaimer, I'm not rich. Alright, so this is my 97 Honda Prelude, and we put a 5.7 V8 from a Chevy. And behind the engine, we put a 5-speed manual from a Firebird. But more importantly, I don't want this to look like a crazy car. I want it to look like a 97 Prelude. And one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do with this car is keep the original rims. That'll make it look like an original 97 Prelude. But because I'm converting it from front-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, that means I'm going to have to find a way to get the original rims to go on this rear solid axle that I'm putting in the back. Luckily, these have the same bolt pattern as that, but the hub on this solid axle is bigger than the center cap on these wheels. Luckily, I have a buddy who is able to bore these over a little bit so that they can fit on this axle. I'm going to be doing a lot of work on this car and I want to keep you guys updated, so make sure you follow.
That's nasty. I'm gonna go throw up.
Just for reference, this is definitely not what you want to see when you're changing your oil. You don't want to see a massive piece of metal in the bottom of your pan. It's just
Customer comes in with a V6 Mustang with transmission problems. We throw it up on the lift, diagnose the transmission problems, but we see this. The upper control arm mount has been cut off or broken and re-welded by somebody's cousin Eddie that apparently was blind and did not have any gas in his welder. We mentioned it to the customer. They're like, yeah, I know, it's fine. Don't BS me and don't try to sell me something I don't need. I don't want to waste any of my money. So fix my transmission and let me go. Bro, you finna kill somebody.
God damn it, it's a brand new truck. Oh. I'm sure you're gonna want to watch this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Don't drive too fast, Chris. This is beautiful. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Go, 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 go. What the fuck? What is this dude doing, bro? What is he? He got no tire on. He doesn't have a tire. What is he doing? What the fuck? 100%.
are you an asshole?
Okay, we chilling. Okay, maybe we're not chilling. Oh!
Well, afternoon update. Oil coolers in, oil filter housings in, they're sealed up. New valve cover gasket, new oil pump, new front pump seal, harmonic balancers back on. Transmission's been resealed and refilled. Got the new power steering hoses, but I've still got to put the power steering pump back in, run the new hoses, fill everything up, new oil filters, new coolant filter, and then put the radiator back on. But for 4:20 in the afternoon, time to knock off for the day, and then I can put the water pump in my Dodge. Have a good one.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. And that's fucked up. And I'm fucked up.
Hey, Redeemer's Garage. Good old Chevy shit box heater core replacement. Boy, these engineers be driving me nuts. I wish they would have to fix this one time and they would understand that removing the whole dash for a $60 heater core is ridiculous.
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 Say it again, ridiculous. I mean, this is stupid. Just to get that stupid thing. And then we still got to take that out. About the 6th or 7th one I've done, but it's still a pain in the ass every time.
You learn to appreciate life a little bit different when you got to do installs like this by yourself. Guess it's just another day, right?
For those of you who work with lifts in the automotive industry, this is pretty scary. Definitely don't want this to ever happen again.
Do you ever wonder how much the person who works on your car looks around when they're inside? I do, because I've got a lot of weird things in here. I'll show you one of them, for example. So one of the first things they'll do is check your mileage, and look what they see when they look at mine. Can you see that? Yeah. It's a fake cockroach.
You don't mess with trucks in Texas. Story time. So I walk out to my truck from Cavender's, which is a southern store, right? And you buy hats, boots, jeans, whatever the fuck you want there, really. And get in my truck, close the door, and this guy comes walking up to me, knocks on my window. I'm rolling down, and I said, "Can I help you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to tell you I like your truck." And I was like, "Thank you." And I asked him if he had a truck of his own. He was like, "No, but I want one." I was like, "Oh, okay." And he checked out the truck again, and he was like, "This truck looks pretty good for hauling. Do you haul stuff?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I haul ass." And he looked at me and he was like donkeys? And I said, "No, sir, my ass." Literally.
How to make ugly rims look great. Step 1, take your hubcap off. Step 2, using a good quality wire brush to get all the heavy rust off. Step 3, paint your steel rim with a good flat black paint. Be careful not to get any on the tire. Repeat on all 4 rims. While the rims are drying, take your $15 Advanced Auto hubcaps and paint them with a gloss black. You're going to want 15 to 35 coats evenly distributed so you don't get any runs. Boom, just like that. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you missed a spot. Nope, that's where our silver chrome paint comes in. What you're going to do is get that right on the edge. Just like that. Make sure you mask these off because I do not believe in cutting corners.
Average cure time about 3 to 5 business days. Go ahead and pop this on. Boom. Honestly, it looks like a completely different room.
Can't believe how many people think my truck is fake. Between my redneck air conditioning, running off a power inverter, and putting a 12-valve Cummins in a half-ton truck and making my own diesel fuel out of used motor oil and gasoline to run in my truck. And it runs great on used motor oil. I'm not faking any of this. This is my everyday driver. I drive this truck everywhere. If you see it out in the public, say hi. It's me. It's my truck. No one drives this but me. So, if you catch me out in public, driving this truck around, make a video, tag me in it, and I'll give you a follow back.
North Korea, you better watch out. We're getting ready to start launching rednecks at you.
Yo, you guys ever have problems starting your truck? Dude, come to me, I'll fix it. Like that, motherfucker. Oh, shit, bro. I just got right through my window.
Hey, I'll show you how it works. This is a 5,000 BTU air conditioner, which just sits in the rear window, no problem, plugged into a 5,000 watt power inverter. I don't need one this big. You can do it with a 3,000 watt, but I did the 5,000 watt so I can run power tools off of it. And I also did a second battery. So I have a battery wire coming from the front and hooked up to the power inverter, and I also have it hooked up to the second battery. If I want to, I could put another battery on the side, so I had 3 batteries in total. That just gives me more run time without the engine running. People ask me, why did I do this? I'll tell you. The truck never came with air conditioning from the factory, only vent and hot. You can see I do not have the AC core or anything. I don't have the right heater box. I also don't have the lines, the condenser, and all that. I don't have the AC compressor. So to put air conditioning in this the right way would have been too much money and too much work. So I did that.
So this customer comes in and says, I think I need brakes. Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, yeah, you need brakes.
Sponsors. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Underpaid, Overworked Auto.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. And that's fucked up. And
Well, they said engine won't start. I wonder why.
Customer states minor vibration in wheels.
Customer states, while driving down the road, there is a tapping or thumping noise coming from the front of the vehicle. Let's see what we got.
Gee, I wonder what the fuck it could be.
This morning got a 17 Silverado dropped off. Customer states, check engine light is on due to a transmission sensor code. The check engine light is on, and it is an 8-speed transmission. Right here. The code that will be set is a P0711 DTC, transmission temp sensor range performance. Usually these trucks set this code with low mileage due to the fact that it's not driven that much and it sets probably first thing in the morning. The diagnostic is pretty simple. Just go drive it, monitor the transmission temp fluid. This one here is sitting at 86 degrees and see she dropped. She's dropped again. It's erratic. It should be increasing and not decreasing. At one point it may drop out and show null. 2 dashes across the screen. Warranty history shows that the fluid's never been updated, so she'll be getting a flush as well. I like to call them a 8-speed full service.
Houston, I think we have a problem.
By the red line?
Bro,
This your car?
never.
This your car right here?
Never! Oh, hell no!
What?
What the fuck this bitch did to my car? What the fuck? Oh, hell no!
What?
What the fuck you mean, what?
What?
Oh, hell no. Bro, look at my shit. Look.
Damn. Damn. Who you let drive your car, huh? She fucked this up.
Oh, hell no. Hello? Bitch, what the fuck happened to my car? What the fuck you mean you parked the bitch? What the fuck you playing destruction derby? Look at my shit.
That's crazy.
Look at my shit, bitch. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Bitch, I'ma kill you.
I'ma
kill this bitch.
Calm down.
What the fuck, man?
Calm down.
What the fuck?